So there we are, anchored out and really to the front and to the side of Fanny Key. We are just on the south end of Marathon, staying at our friends Oliveira's house. There's Brad and Papa, and Ollie's swimming. We are trying to decide what to do for Hurricane Irma. We can't stay where we're anchored right now, that's for sure.
That's all you do is just hold it.
Alright, cool story. The Albin you see sitting over there, that looks like ours, is actually the first Albin we ever looked at in Delray Beach. It's a 40-foot, just beautiful inside and out. The previous owners took such great care of it. It was already under contract when we went to look at it. We really wanted to get a feel for the space, and we were hoping it would fall through. And the gentleman purchasing it was bringing it to the Keys. So when we paddled by on our little paddle boards, Brad noticed that the little dinghy was still named the Beagle, which was the original name of the boat. Kind of cute. So, small world, boating world. Okay.
Hola.
What's the plan, Stan? We are leaving Marathon?
Yeah, we're leaving Marathon. We've been
saying bye-bye, Keys?
Yeah, we've been here for, a week and a half, 2 weeks now. Yeah. And we've had a great time. We got to hang out with our friends at the Asas, and then we got to hang out with our parents, my parents, Cindy and Jen's, and then we got to stay with the Oliveiras and hang out with them for a few days. So we've got a really awesome trip, but unfortunately, we are being chased out of the Keys by Irma right now. And so today has been a day of decision making, and it's not been easy because we don't really know where this thing's going. If you look at the weather, it's at a Cat 5 right now, and it's heading literally straight towards where we are, or where we were. And so we're trying to make the best decision possible. It's looking like it's going to come to the Keys and then split the state right now, but we feel as though it's probably going to lean a little bit more towards the east coast, and so we're heading to the west coast. We're actually going to cut right across Florida Bay here. It's about 25 miles to the next point of land, so we are doing a little bit more of a crossing than we had anticipated doing at this point, but it's really nice out. Just a little bit of a chop, a little bit of a breeze, and it's about 4 o'clock, and we should be in about 8:30 or so. So right about dark to the next land point where we can anchor up for the night. And then our goal is to put in a really long day tomorrow and go to Fort Myers. And then at that point, hopefully we'll have a little bit better direction where the storm's going. And then we'll just see, because in Fort Myers, the good thing is we can actually go east. You can go through the canals there. You can go through the Lake of Okeechobee. There's the Rim Canal, which might be a really good option for us because there's the levees are there, or the high banks, and we can anchor up and get behind those and either stay with the boat or leave the boat. Most likely we'll probably leave the boat. But time will tell. By the time you guys are watching this, you'll obviously know what has happened. But right now, we don't have that luxury. We don't know. So it's been, just a day of trying to use wisdom and trying to make, good, safe decisions, and knowing that a boat can be replaced, but people can't. So we're just, trying to get our property out of harm's way, and so that isn't destroyed or doesn't hurt other people, because that's another factor to look at. You leave it on anchor down here, and that's what we thought about doing the day before, but once we saw it was a Cat 5, we just felt like that was too much. It would not be anything left, and it could possibly cause more damage to other property. So what do you think, Kara? Any thoughts?
Yeah, no, I feel good about our direction, and feel have peace about it, which is important. So we've had a few confirmations that have come through in the last even 10 minutes, and we felt like that was the answer to prayer. And
because we really didn't know east coast, west coast of Florida, and so those confirmations have been huge, giving us a lot of peace. And we've talked to a few people, and they agree with our decision.
And we're just thankful for all the prayers, a lot of texts and messages coming through the last couple days of friends and family concerned, and so we really appreciate that so much.
been good.
All right, time will tell, right?
Time will tell.
River, which is part of, I think, the Everglades National Forest, protected something or another. It's we got in at like 9 something, a little after 9 p.m. and we had lost service. We were planning on texting family and friends that were asking us to keep them posted on where we were, and we just haven't been able to do that. We still don't have service, so sorry about that. And we get in and there's a catamaran that's already in that little cove area, and so we radio back and forth with him. He's actually trying to hide away from the storm as well, so he was going to go up the creek north a little bit and wait it out. As we got in and anchored out, the bugs were vicious, like big mosquito bugs, and
that's why you're kidding me.
And then we saw crocodile eyes off in the distance. Full moon out last night, so that was beautiful. But it was just a little eerie coming in, and it was dark, and at least we knew there was another boat there. Woke up crack of dawn this morning. Anchor got a little stuck in that hard clay sand. By the way, the water by the Everglades is really chalky, like a chalky blue-green color. And so all that chalky stuff, I think, got stuck in the, so it took like 10 minutes to get the anchor up this morning. Brad did it mostly by himself because this little one and myself were still sleeping in bed. She was up about 5 times last night, not too happy. We are heading to Marco Island this afternoon, hoping to possibly fuel up, maybe fill up our water tanks, top everything off, and then head, either stay there and then or head towards Fort Myers. We're not sure. It's always so fun to watch the dolphins join us and swim along with us. The kids love it. We always rush to the front of the boat to watch them play and jump. These guys joined us on our way to Marco Island, which is where we stopped to get gas, and we made it just in the nick of time. They were closing the marina, preparing for the hurricane, and we got the last 200 gallons of fuel, filled up our water tanks, and we headed right on out. Just a blessing. We had no idea that so much and part of that area was shutting down 2 days before the hurricane, which makes sense. They were giving their employees time to do what they needed to do also. Got a man down. My little dinghy's about to sink.
Not good.
It's about midnight on Wednesday night. Hurricane Irma is supposed to hit soon. A couple days. We made it to Fort Myers area. And then this. Alright. Operation
Save Kobe.
Save Kobe, our dinghy. It's not a bad little place to swim.
It's like our little pool. You know, it's that little car.
So we found this pretty little beach to get the water out of the dinghy. I think it's on one of the inflatable sides. Not a bad day in paradise. We ended up removing the engine from the dinghy first and then flipped the dinghy over to deflate the one side of the tube and then get the water out from there through that little hole where you inflate and deflate. It was quite a process. Got it done and it works. We made it to a cute little anchorage in Venice Beach, just in time for sunset with the storm off in the distance. It's about T-minus 3 days before Hurricane Irma is expected to hit this side of the coast, and we are making our way up. Gonna wake up early tomorrow morning and get on our way. But for now, we're gonna enjoy this beautiful view. All right, Everly, show me your push-ups. Go, girl, go. Oh. Oh, she's like downward dog, up dog, downward dog, up dog. Ollie, go. Let me see yours.
Do it.
Right.
This is how you get energy out on a boat. Gene Simmons, look out. Here comes Everly. Whoop.
Gene Simmons
Gene Simmons.
from Kiss.
Isn't he the workout guy? Who's the workout guy?
Richard Simmons.
Ah, Richard Simmons.
Gene Simmons.
Now do has to be done, or
Huh?
now do has to be done.
Oh, there he goes.
And now do has to be done.
Are you out of energy? We are on the run again.
This is day 4 for us. We left Tuesday.
Yeah, 4 days.
Friday.
4 days. 7 miles an
Irma
hour.
has been chasing us. We are almost to Bradenton, where we will dock the boat and put a floating dock.
Yeah, we found a really good marina that has a floating dock, so that is a really good situation. They're saying the storm surge isn't going to be as bad. I think on the west coast we're pretty far up the Manatee River. It's actually in Palmetto, and so we've got a secure place for the boat, and it's feeling pretty good. The latest report this morning, though, did not look good for Florida, though, at all. It looks like it's going to come right up the middle of the state, so obviously praying for the entire state. East Coast looks like they may get the worst of it just because of that's the stronger side of the storm. But yeah, it's been a long 4 days, but we feel really blessed. The boat's been running great. We had one issue with the dinghy, and it was taking on water. One of the rear seals is starting to go, and helping us out, taking care of some things that we can't be there for because we're taking care of, things on the West Coast and trying to get the boat secure.
The dolphin greeting we received once we got to Tampa Bay was extraordinary. Never seen anything like it. And once we made it up the river, we found our marina and we rushed out to get an Uber and take our little Everly to a nearby doctor before they closed. She had an ear infection and we needed some ear drops for those poor little ears. All right, taping up the windows on the inside. And outside. All right, the last closing up for Hurricane Irma, taping out the door. She looks pretty naked. Everything's off, down. Papa drove all the way from St. Augustine to pick us up and grab our stuff, help us with the boat, and then drive us right back the same day. Thanks, Papa. Going back to our hometown.
Fun.
What a tricky storm she's been.
Squirrel on the road, that's what it feels like.
A squirrel in the road.
Yep. Do we go left? Do we go right? Better move or we're gonna get smashed.
Nice one. With the boat secured and spider lines out, we moved everything else inside, packed up a few belongings, and headed to St. Augustine to brave the storm, and prayed she would weather it well too.